I'll tell you, technology has not been kind to us today. We've been getting bumped off the air all afternoon. This time, I'm not sure how much we missed, but Maggie Burkholzer is at the plate. It's 2-0 Carolina in the bottom of the fourth. Mackenzie Fry is at second base. Elizabeth Rodriguez is at first. Maggie Burkholzer, the hitter. There are 2 outs. The potential tying runs aboard. Lyric Ryan ready. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looper down to right field line, and that one is foul. Eagles had some tough luck keeping the ball fair all afternoon. They've come very close to the lines, but more often than not, that ball is turned the wrong way. So I don't know how much we've missed this time. We do appreciate your patience. Could have been a little, could have been a lot that we weren't aware of. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Ball 3 misses outside, so both runners will get a running start. Lyric Ryan trying to stop this threat that the Eagles have put together. The inning started with a base hit from Mackenzie Fry into center field. Brittany Fry lined out on an over-the-shoulder catch to left. Kaylee Bolch ran one down. Elizabeth Rodriguez singled into center. And that one was called strike 3. It looked like it was well out of the zone, but that retires aside. 2 hits, 2 left, and after 4, it's 2-0 Bruins. After 4, it is 2-0 in favor of Carolina University. And joining us now, Athletic Director of Carolina University, Dr. Steve Condon. And, sir, we had a terrific game number 1 and a pitcher's duel here in game number 2. Obviously, you're hoping for the win, and we're hoping to come from behind and force a 3rd game tomorrow.
That's correct, but it's been wonderful so far. Beautiful weather, Florida weather, and good competition, and a good crowd, and good play. So all the way around, all good.
Well, tell us a little bit of how your season has gone. Many people look at just a record and see 13-15 and think, well, it's not that great, but they may not realize the competition that we in this league have to play.
So same with us. We're in our 3rd year, and of course last year was canceled after 8 games because of COVID. So still a new team and a new program. We play mainly NAIA and NCAA Division II schools.
Same as we do.
In the Carolinas. So you're up against the Florida Sun Conference, which is one of my old conferences, and we're up against the
always
Appalachian
one of the
Athletic.
best in the country, too.
Right. I was at St. Thomas University during our national power years of the 90s, so I know what it's like to play that competition. And we have the Appalachian Conference that we compete against, mostly in the NAIA, and then the NCAA Division II powers are well above us, so we're
you
happy
got to
to
win.
compete.
You got to win over Montreat College, 8-2.
That's right. Take them where you can get them.
We're
you know how
only
that
our
is.
4th season here, and we've had to start over a couple times. We have a very young team once again this year, as that fastball misses outside, but 4 wins on the season. Again, the record may not look all that
Well, you beat
great.
CIU. the
We
end
did
of the
get
year.
that
That's
win.
a scrappy team. They
And
beat us
that's
a
not an
couple
easy
times.
team. That's only their
Not at all.
third season, I believe.
Yeah, second, I think. And they're in the Appalachian Athletic Conference and moving up fast. So
2 balls and a strike. This is Cox, a ground ball to second. Wells will flip and get the out. So just for people who really aren't familiar with our league, it's not one of the greater known leagues. There really aren't many NCCAA teams in our area or your area.
Right.
That's why we have to play the big scholarship
That's
NAIA
right.
schools. And
That's
again,
right.
as you said, NCAA Division II.
That's right. Well, there are only 11. There are 97 members of the NCCAA, and there are only 11 independent members.
And they don't
spread
all
across
play
the country.
softball either.
Not at all. So you grab your games where you can.
Missy Smith is 1 for 2 with a run scored, and she was on the front end of the double steal. That was run number 2 that you got in the third inning.
Yep.
Now, both teams have played well, pitched well. Both teams made some mistakes at the wrong time.
Offset each other with those 2 runs, did they?
And you're up 2-0 here. And tell us a little more about Carolina University in general. There's a line drive into left field, and that is a base hit for Smith. Her second of the day. Jones had a little trouble, but she's able to corral it and keep Smith at first base.
So let's talk about Carolina, which is a new name school as of July 1. There are 7 institutions that have merged over the last 10 years, all Bible schools, and formed at Piedmont International University 1 unit. And then we decided last spring, I serve as a chancellor at the school, we decided last spring that we'd grab the name Carolina as we wanted to go global and wanted to add some degree programs, and we're growing pretty fast. So got that approved with the patent office in November, and have seen nothing but growth and wonderful ingenuity academically through our provost and terrific leadership.
How long has the
president.
school itself been around?
So if you were to use all 7 of the schools, the oldest one of those schools is 115 years old. Piedmont itself, 75 years old, started in 1945. John Wesley University started in 1903. So 75 years old with the original building and campus in Winston-Salem, but many of the others are older that have joined with it.
2 balls, no strikes to Bulch, and a high pop foul out of play, and that one she hit in the first game. Probably still traveling. I mean, she absolutely blistered it.
They figured her out. Don't throw anything belt high with a little speed on it, so it's all off speed now. She's trying to catch up to everything.
Well, Coach Bass can tell her she doesn't have to do her running this weekend because she did 4 trips on the base pass. We finally got her at third, but she was kind of worn out by then. Here's a 2-1. High fly ball, right field. Hartung, though, started back and was able to come in, and that one just kind of seemed to die as it got out there. It looked like it was going deeper off the bat.
So your coach is a Seminole, played for Joanne Graff.
She won a national championship in 2000 with the Seminoles.
Yep, and I'm a Seminole. Wife is a Seminole.
Now, you see out there on the fence, the third girl in the middle, that is Trinity Christian Academy Senior. We share the field and the campus with them.
That.
She is a shortstop who is going to FSU to play ball this fall.
Great place to play ball.
She homered in the district championship last night.
Great
Jay Durr at the plate takes a changeup upstairs for ball 1. 4 of those 5 seniors you see out there on the wall, 3 of them are going D1. Mackenzie Merrill, she's the second from the right. She's going to UNC Charlotte. She's one of the leading home run hitters in the state of Florida. The young lady on the left, I'll tell you in a moment, that one is outside. That's Reagan Griffiths, and she's going to Southeastern University. Even though that's NAIA, they could probably handle the D1 teams very well.
They sure could. They've come a long way in Lakeland, Florida.
And the second from the left, her name is Morgan. They call her Momo McMillan. She's going to be here in Jacksonville University in the Atlantic Sun Conference.
It's a good Catholic school.
There's a high drive towards left, right at Moesha Jones. She hardly had to move, and that ends the inning. Coach, let's keep it here, and we'll let you talk a little bit more about some of your other athletics that you have at Carolina University.
So we have 10 sports altogether, and have been to nationals with virtually all of the sports. So added esports this year and cheerleading competitively, and esports is an up-and-comer. We have the MVP of the NBA 2K, goes by the name Bear to Beast, plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves, is our coach, Michael Key. So we started with Michael in August, 9 players, and competed for our first time this year in about 15
Now I'm interrupting you, but my 9th graders, they're in a big debate. Is LeBron James or Michael Jordan better? We know the North Carolina product. Michael Jordan is the best player of all time.
Well, Michael Key's the best NBA 2K player, so Jordan would give him that.
Well, I'm talking about for real. But,
for real. Well,
and they're telling me,
fan.
I said today, I told them, when LeBron James comes up with a last place team and turns them into 6-time NBA champions, then I'll call him the best. That's exactly what Jordan
argue,
did.
Brady?
No.
Okay.
I'll
you'll give Brady his. Okay.
You got to give it to Brady there.
Okay.
I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, so I've been suffering for a while.
Yeah.
Well, we just got Trevor Lawrence here on the Jaguars last night.
That's exciting
and
stuff. Good for
Trinity
you guys.
Christian Academy graduate Sean Wade from Ohio State. Probably going to get drafted either later tonight or over the weekend when they continue.
That's terrific. Well, I've heard nothing but great things and had the benefit of watching Trevor Lawrence play a couple times as well. So, good guy. Hopefully he can build around him.
And they battled twice in the playoffs, too, the last couple of years.
Got a pretty good coach coming in, too.
Yeah, Urban Meyer, I've heard of him.
Decent record, yeah.
I think he did something down in Gainesville.
Yeah, he was there after that
and
Spurrier
then up
guy.
in Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has a pretty good resume.
Not a bad resume. Let's see how he does with the pros of Jackson.
And he's already going after the best players he can find, and hopefully that'll turn things around for the Jaguars here.
Well, you guys are crazy for football down here, so
football's king. For me, it's baseball, but everyone else around here, it is football.
That's terrific. Beautiful park.
Well, we've been running our mouths, and Moesha Jones is about to lead off the bottom of the 5th for the Eagles. 9-1-2, Jones, Hartung, and Gooden, trailing 2-0 in the first pitch. Low and inside. Lyric Ryan has gone 4 innings. She's allowed 5 hits, but she's made some good pitches when necessary.
That's correct.
Struck out 3, and she hasn't walked anybody, and that's been key.
Yep.
You don't want to give the hitters a free bases, especially in a close game. 1 ball, no strikes. Jones pops this one up, and that one is caught for out number 1. Moesha usually does play softball, but this year she was too busy playing in the National Bible College Championship and winning that one, and then playing in the NCCAA Division II National Championship. So she recently joined the team, and she is great in the outfield, but she hasn't been able to swing the bat a whole lot, and that's kind of tough.
I like your shortstop.
Here's a high pop foul, and this one's getting out of play, and that is on the ground.
The left-hander?
That's who's on deck, Katie Gooden, and she can fly.
Yeah.
She's a freshman. She also plays volleyball, and Coach Bennett's our volleyball coach, too.
Yeah,
and she's starting to build, and she's bringing in some talent that really are just learning to play together for the first time. Here's the 0-1 on the inside corner, and Jordan Hartung's been a spark plug for us all season. She's another freshman. Again, a very young team we have.
Yeah, shortstop, not only a good fielder, good quick arm, but also really fast down the line, good slap hitter, always looking for a hole between third and short. Got some nice skills. You can build around things like that.
The 0-2, and she chased one out of the zone this time. And Coach Bennett took over last year. Of course, the season got cut short, and she lost a lot of players from last year's roster. Lost some this year to injury, so she's worked with a very young team, and mistakes have cost us, but they're getting better and better and better. If this team stays together, they're going to start winning a lot of ball games very soon.
How many seniors on your starting
0. Or actually 1, Yasmin Brown. We had her senior night. She's going to be mad at me for forgetting that.
We have 3.
So you guys are going to look good in a couple years.
Yeah, we're pretty young, too. We've got a big recruiting year.
Your team is hitting the daylights out of the ball today. We made some good plays. We made some mistakes. And we have one of the best arms in center field. You saw that earlier.
I did saw that.
High pop up. This one is going to hit the nylon. Nice catch, but doesn't count.
No.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Jordan Hartung. She has struck out and singled into center. We got 2 on in that 3rd inning. It looked like we were going to at least get on the board.
Thought so too.
Lyric Ryan, again, made some pitches, and Bulch out there in left field made a great running catch over the shoulder. Came in on it, misjudged it at first, but she took off and made the play.
I actually thought it was deeper. I was surprised she had room to get it.
Ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch grounded hard towards short. Smith will throw to first. It gets away. Hartung will take off towards second. The throw coming in from behind her, and she's on the bag.
You've had 3 foul ball home runs than if they were in play.
Unfortunately, the foul.
That's right. And it had plenty of legs.
That's going to be an error all the way on the shortstop. A two-base error puts a runner at second with one out. And here's the young lady you talked about a moment ago, Katie Gooden.
Yeah.
She's a very good bunter, but you've been fielding her in, and she swung the bat and hit a couple of rockets.
Local girl?
She is a local product, that is correct. And the pitch into dirt. That's going to allow Hartung to take third. Contact could get the run home. Of course, with the two infielders playing tight, Gooden's going to have to get it away from them, and that's been tough to do.
So your coach's mentor and coach is a good friend of mine, Joanne Graff, and she'd love Katie's in-the-box presence for these slap and runs that she does.
She's hitting almost 400 on the season.
Yeah,
There's a bunt. This one is foul.
Joanne spent a lot of time teaching that in the off-season.
And when she does pull back and take a full swing, she hits some good line drives. There was one that Kaylee Cook out there in center was playing right behind the infield, and I couldn't believe that she made the catch until I saw where she caught the ball and where she was playing. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a slap that gets by Gray. That's going to score a run, and that's going to be a base hit for Gooden and an RBI. Well, I know you don't think this way, but I'm hoping that's a spark plug to this offense, as our hottest hitter in the second half is at the plate right now.
That's your foul ball home run hitter.
Crystal Haynes leads the team in RBIs with 17. A base hit into right. It looked like Gray might have ticked that ball with her glove, but it got through, and that base hit makes it a 2-1 ball game. Hayes with good power, and the pitch, and this one is upstairs. She graduated from Trinity Christian Academy, and she played 5 years on this field. Went over to Tallahassee Community College, then took a couple years off, and now she's back to finish up her college degree. 1 ball, no strikes, so she's very used to this field, and she had her banner out there a few years ago too. Here's the 1-0, and that one got away from Ryan, and that's going to put Gooden at second base. And with the speed of Katie Gooding, a base hit to the outfield, probably going to tie the game.
That's trouble. 2 evenly matched teams.
That'll be a wild pitch charge to Lyric Ryan. Hopefully our feed is going well while you're talking to us. We want your fans to be able to listen to your comments.
Great. I want to say hi to all the fans.
And it's been a while since we've had some trouble, but technology just sometimes doesn't do what you want it to do.
Our baseball team recently won 4 in a row to go to regionals.
Line shot foul. Well, good luck to them, and of course, we're trying to get there as well. We're finishing up our regular season on the baseball field, playing one of our big conference rivals in Bob Jones University.
Oh, yeah.
I know you've played them plenty of times.
Volleyball, we packed the place.
Last I heard, we were ahead 3-2 in the 4th.
We beat Johnson 4 games, and that's how we made it.
We didn't get to play Johnson. I don't like to say why, but we all know why. We were scheduled. There's a fly ball into center field. That's going to be caught. Gooden takes a couple of steps, draws a throw, and it gets away, and Gooden is going to take third base. Probably a throw that didn't need to be made because Gooden was already back in the bag. But there are 2 outs, and Mackenzie Fry is at the plate with a chance to tie the game.
Big bat.
Here's where Natalie Jones has to become a brick wall.
Big bat.
Fry had a walk-off grand slam for us against Dakota College coming down from North Dakota. Oh, that one, though, she popped straight up.
First pitch.
And that one is caught, and that ends the inning. Well, the Eagles do get a run. It is unearned, but it's on the board. And after 5, it is Carolina 2, Trinity Baptist 1.
It's going to be a close one. You can just feel it.
Now, Fry did chase that one. The first pitch popped it up. All 3 runs in this game unearned. 2 for you, 1 for us. But, as I always say, they count just as much.
No one's going to ask on the way to nationals.
All that matters is that you get there. And Lana Fletcher has come out to take over for Mackenzie Fry. She went the distance in game 1, pitched really well. She allowed 6 runs, but only 2 of those earned. We made a few mistakes in 1 inning, and you guys took advantage of it and put a 3 spot on the board. I believe that was a 5th inning.
Yep, helped us out at home plate. Strikeout and a pass ball.
And we're going to the top of the 6th. Mackenzie Fry, 5 innings, 2 unearned runs.
Pitched pretty well.
1, 2, 3 hits, if I have everything correct. Only 1 strikeout, but that's not the important thing. She got a lot of outs. She did walk 4 batters, however, and one of those came in to score. So Lana Fletcher, who went 7 innings in game number 1, takes over in the 6th, and here are the scheduled hitters that she will face. Lyric Ryan, Natalie Jones, and Timya Williams, 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. And we said a lot about what the young ladies have done on the field for you this year. I know they're all good young ladies over there. Can you tell us, just a little bit about them?
Well, I sure can. Not only proud of this women's team, but women's volleyball just picked up 2 All-Americans to go with their 2 academic All-Americans.
That's
just
wonderful
this past
news.
week. Women's soccer, of course, went to nationals and finished 7th at the national championships with 2 academic All-Americans and an All-American.
So they're getting it done in the classroom, too.
Terrific. Average 3.0 GPA for 187 athletes on campus.
What was that GPA again?
3.0 for all of them, and a 3.4 for women's soccer is the highest.
In college, I dreamed of a 3.0. I didn't get there. Now, my son over here, I think he's made 1 B in 3 years and everything else A's.
What does he know?
He's a junior at the University of North Florida.
Oh, good school.
And I like to brag. He's done some camera work for their ESPN feed. That's where I graduated, too. There's a base hit by Ryan, and Hartung really made that a closer play than it should have been.
So part B of that is between fall and spring semester a 96% retention rate for all athletes.
Fantastic.
As well. So academics stressed at our place.
And that's good to hear. We say student athletes, you have to remember which word comes first.
Right.
They're students first.
And particularly at our level, as you know, we're not emphasizing professional sports. We're looking for winners in life and to help the kingdom. So that's our first.
Yeah, we watch them play, and we want our teams to win.
Yes.
It's easy to forget these are young men and women that the professors at our Bible and Christian schools are teaching the gospel to, and they're going to carry that out with them in professional lives. Bunt attempt is fouled off. Natalie Jones has no official at-bat, a sac bunt, and a walk. She's been good behind the plate, though, blocking some pitches in the dirt, mostly keeping us from advancing.
Right, Natalie, one of the seniors that graduated. Missy, graduate, senior. Center fielder, Kaylee, senior, actually started her MBA program.
Well, good luck to her. That's not an easy thing to do.
2 semesters in. 3.6, 3.7 GPA.
Okay, I'm getting jealous now. I didn't do so hot in college. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. There's a ground ball headed towards left field. Gooden knocks it down, but she will not have a play.
Yeah, but she's a good athlete.
Goes as an infield single for Jones and puts the 2 leadoff hitters on base. Nobody out for Timya Williams. Good play just to get to that ball, or we might have runners at the corners.
That's right. Good athlete.
I remember doing a game at UNF last year, and I mixed up the catcher and the center fielder, and I said, I need to straighten out my C's and F's, just like when I was a student here. It sounded like, of course, back then we had grade slips that we had to wait to be mailed to us home. I'm sure you remember, too. We had to bring, in middle and high school, bring them home, let our parents sign it, and bring it back, and now these kids, they can go look on their phones and see what their grade is at any time.
Boy, things have changed, haven't they?
No balls and a strike to Williams, and this one's low and outside.
I think the umps have done a terrific job.
They've been consistent.
Yep.
We've seen some pitches called wide on both sides of the plate, but they've given it to everyone out there on the mound.
I've seen that as well.
And there's some I agreed with, some I disagreed with, but
I'm sitting right behind it as well.
These guys, it doesn't matter what they call. Someone's going to say yes, someone's going to say no. 2 balls and a strike. That one up high. Williams has walked and grounded to the first baseman. stole the base in the second inning after drawing that walk.
Tell me a little about Trinity Baptist. How many students at the collegiate level?
Just a moment, 2-1 on the way, and this one is fouled off. Freshman through senior, we usually stay around 300.
Okay.
The good majority of them are on at least one of the teams. We have a total of 7 sports teams here. Very small Bible school. What I love is that, well, the baseball team's playing now, but if they weren't, they'd be here cheering on their friends right now.
Our way, too.
But the camaraderie at this place is unbeatable. Here's a 2-2 and a pop foul out of play. They're all good friends with each other. They're all going to cheer each other on, pick up pieces when necessary. They share the gospel with each other. They have their Bible study groups in addition to the classes.
That's terrific.
Chapel 3 times a week. But as we said a few minutes ago, they take what they learn out to the streets as well. Here's a 2-2, and this one is tapped in front of the plate. Fry will go to first. She'll get the out. It's not a sack bunt, but it works just the same way.
It is.
That moves Ryan to third and Natalie Jones to second. There is one out. Maggie Smith, the number 9 hitter, and she's not what you would think of a number 9 hitter. This young lady can swing the bat.
Yes.
Two on, one out. First base is open, and the pitch in the dirt. And Fry gets down, does exactly what she should do. Leans forward, makes the ball hit off her chest protector and stay in front of her. So young coaches of young kids out there, that's what you want to teach your catcher to do. Keep that ball in front, especially with a runner at third. 1 ball, no strikes. Fletcher ready and delivers, and there's a ground ball foul. You were talking about academics. Last night we had our TBC Eagles Awards. Lana Fletcher out there on the mound. Highest grade point average of all of our student athletes.
4-0?
Very close.
So we have 4 4-0 student athletes, and they are the 4 top.
That is phenomenal there. 4-0.
And one of them is volleyball and now playing soccer, female, in her master's degree, finishing it off next year. Hasn't made a B. 5 years of study.
Again, I'm getting jealous. Now, I try to tell Dean, my son there, high school came really easy to me. I actually had a 4.33 my senior year. So I went to college thinking, I'll just do the same things. I didn't really have to study a whole lot in high school. I got to college and found out they don't play the same games there. I actually nearly flunked out my first year. I lost my scholarship because of my grades, and I had to work like crazy to get through. Looking back, I'm glad that I was forced to actually do that to myself.
Such a beautiful school.
And UNF, at that time, very small school. That's ball 4 to Smith, and the bases are loaded with only 1 out. Now, my freshman year in 87-88 was their first year as a 4-year school. They were an NAIA team.
I remember them well, actually. John Brooks and I were close friends and developed a good golf program there to go beside ours. Chased us a couple times in the late 80s.
And they're winning some Atlantic Sun Conference championships this year. They won the women's tennis, the beach volleyball, I believe track as well. I don't have a lot of time to keep up with them as I'm busy here teaching and two schools worth of athletics.
And Sarah Walsh is a graduate. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Their softball has a great chance of winning the ASUN Conference, and their baseball team.
That's tough competition.
And Dean and I work over there a little bit as well. I do some of their baseball and softball when I'm not doing Trinity. Here's the 1-0.
Right down the pipe.
And this one is in the zone for strike 1.
Right down the pipe.
What I'm mad at Dean about those, he's actually worked on their ESPN feeds a few times. I haven't had that opportunity yet.
The big leagues.
It's going to happen, though, I know. He's 21 and wasn't even trying. And he just got called and said, could you help us out? And they liked his work and kept calling him.
That's how it happened.
2 balls and a strike, so I'm looking to get it. I have one more chance on May 8th if they need me.
Maybe Dean should put a good word in for you, Dad.
I know. He's already said that.
Then again, maybe not.
2 balls and a strike. 1 out. Line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Ryan will score.
Gonna hold the second one.
Jones will stop at third. That's a good, solid single off the bat of Cook. And as I said earlier, Coach, she's done nothing but hit the ball hard all day.
Yeah. coach out to the pitcher's mound.
And that results in run number 3. So a 3-0 lead for the Bruins, who are looking to finish off this
3-1.
championship. 3-1, that's correct. They're looking to finish the sweep tonight, and you might have heard me talking to the young ladies earlier. I said,
I heard what you said.
don't you want to play again tomorrow?
And you heard their answer.
I heard their answer. No, we want to go to the beach.
That's right. Sorry, that's the problem with Carolinians. You got the mountains on one end and the beach on the other.
Well, I do have a sister-in-law and her family in the mountains over near Asheville. They live in Canton, so they don't get to go to the beach a whole lot. That's a long horizontal stretch along I-40 through North Carolina.
Sure enough is. Being a trout fisherman, fly fisherman, I love that stretch.
And North Carolina, geographically, is like 3 different states.
It is.
You got the shoreline, very flat land. You got the mountains on the west end and kind of in between.
But when you say that of Florida, with the South Florida overcome the mouse in the middle of Florida and the panhandle in lower Alabama?
Oh, yeah. This is Courtney
I've lived
Cox.
in all 3.
Well, I've lived in Jacksonville, but I've driven all over Florida. I know what you're talking
Becky
about.
and I lived in Pensacola, Santa Rosa County. We were school teachers, and then I was in Miami.
I grew up in a small town called Green Cove Springs, just about 15 miles south of here. Courtney Cox takes strike 1, count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Sack bunt in the first, a walk and a run scored in the third, and a ground ball to second in the 5th.
So this is a big batter for you.
Bases are loaded, only 1 out. Fletcher ready, the 1-1, and this one a good swing and foul back.
This one and the next one are big batters for you in this game.
Well, we got the lady on the mound who's been in this situation all season. She's one that her record doesn't really show how well she's pitched. Couple of mistakes, and that makes the pitcher have to work more, then the hitters kind of zone in on them. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called in the outside corner. Well, there's one of those big outs.
Big one.
Missy Smith, she's had a good game too. 2 for 3. Stole home to score her run. And this is a big at-bat for you as well, adding some insurance. Heart of the batting order coming up. Smith grounds one hard to Gooden. She'll go the short route to second. Wells on the bag, and that retires a side. Well, you talked about Katie Gooden and a solid play that she's done today, and there's another good one right there.
Terrific.
We go to the bottom of the 6th. 1 run in on 3 hits and 3 left on base. Eagles coming to bat trailing 3-1.
Sorry.
Well, Coach, you're welcome to stay as long as you want.
Well, I'm going to go back and root them on for the last 6 out. Is that okay?
I
feel like I'm bringing
certainly
bad
understand.
luck.
Absolutely, but we're glad you gave us some of your
so
time
much.
here. We got to know you a little bit. We got to know a little bit about Carolina University. Since I've been working here for 6 years, that's the first time these teams have matched up head-to-head.
I think that's true.
But I've seen your name on the national championship lists in many sports over the 6 years.
We go to a lot of them. We haven't won any of them. The president's dreaming of that day.
It's going to happen.
But we're building.
It's
slowly,
going to happen.
And getting closer. We've invested a lot in the school, into the gym.
Should you hold on for the win, it wouldn't surprise me one bit to see you go deep in that national tournament. Of course, we're hoping to come back in these last couple innings.
Go get it, Coach.
All right, Athletic Director of Carolina University, Dr. Steve Condon, thanks again for giving us some of your time. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Eagles come to bat trailing 3-1. They will have 5, 6, and 7 due up in the batting order. Brittany Fry, Elizabeth Rodriguez, and Morgan Wells. No further update on the baseball game. That is a home game for Trinity Baptist playing Bob Jones University. Last I heard, it was 3-2 Eagles. And that game was in the 4th. I'm sure much more has happened since then, but unable to get that latest update. Right here, Trinity Baptist trails by 2, and it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher. Lyric Ryan did a really nice job. Trinity started to get to her just a bit in the 5th. They got a few hits, and Danielle Brooks has come on to try to finish this one off. She'll try to earn a 2-inning save. She was the winner in Game 1, went the distance, allowed 5 runs, all earned, But when she got into trouble, she made great pitches to get out of it and got some good defense behind her as well. So it's Danielle Brooks on the mound. Lyric Ryan, 1 unearned run through the first 5 innings. 5 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. She would stand to be the winner in the clincher if Brooks can hold on to the score. Brittany Fry will lead off. She has hit the ball hard twice, 1 for 2. She was robbed of extra bases in the 4th. Coach and I were talking about that play in left field. There's a blooper that's going to be caught, similar to what we saw in left field earlier. That's a shortstop, Missy Smith, and 1 away. That one looked like it was going to get down for a hit, but that is the first out. Elizabeth Rodriguez singled in the 4th. She is 1 for 2. 1 out, base is empty. Eagles starting to run out of outs. First pitch from Brooks, and a good fastball right on the corner. Wells on deck, and if the inning continues, Burkhalter and Moesha Jones. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. She bunts. Got a chance to beat it. Brooks will throw, but not in time. That was a surprise bunt that caught everyone here off guard, including me. That is a base hit. Rodriguez, good speed. She's aboard. And the potential tying run at the plate in Morgan Wells, who came just a couple of feet from hitting one out of here her last time up. That was caught about halfway into the warning track in center field. 3-1, Eagles trail by 2. Danielle Brooks on the mound, got the first out, then the bunt single by Rodriguez. Very good speed on the bases. Well, swings and grounds to third, chance for 2, to throw to second for 1, relay throw not made as Wells hustled. She's aboard on the fielder's choice, but Bruins do get the lead runner at second, 5-4 on the putout, 2 away. And here's Maggie Burkhalter. She is 1 for 2, a base hit in the 3rd, called out on strikes in the 4th. Two outs, bottom of the 6th. Wells at first, and the first pitch up and away. In the 7th, it's 4, 5, and 6 for Carolina. That is Bulch, Durr, and Ryan. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. This one is outside. Now, I haven't noticed any other changes for Carolina. So if I'm correct, Brooks is not in the batting order, unless I'm mistaken. And I've been mistaken a whole lot. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, and a pitch outside for ball 3. Burkhalter lined 1 for a base hit into right in the 3rd, took strike 3 in the 4th. 3 balls and a strike. Wind starting to pick up a little bit, blowing out towards center. Not hard at all, though, and a 3-0. And Maggie took that one all the way for strike 1. There's a new hitter in the on-deck circle. Should the inning continue, that's going to be Madison McLean. She has a bat standing on the green carpet over near the dugout. Here's a 3-1 to Burkhalter. Pulled hard, but foul. So Burkhalter trying to keep this inning alive, give McLean a chance, and then if McLean can reach, top of the order. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ball 4 outside, and the potential tying runs are on base. Wells at second, Burkhalter at first. Madison McLean will pinch hit for Moesha Jones. McLean did not bat in the first game. She came in as a pinch runner and ended up scoring a run. First chance to swing the bat today. She is 3 for 29 on the season. A lot of room on the ground up the middle. Brooks with the first pitch and a high pop-up. That's going to be caught. Gray right there to end the inning. Well, the Eagles get a bunt single and a walk.